Okay guys, welcome back. Welcome to Help Educate Me. This is the Carnivore Diet series. So I'm on day 21. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and appreciate the comments everybody's been giving. A couple of the emails I've gotten wanting to know a couple things, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Day 21. Wow. Just absolutely wow. I can't believe some of the differences that have happened. Some of the changes that have happened. How many rough patches have there been? Less than you would think. More good than bad. That's what happens when you change your whole eating system in one day. It's just been absolutely phenomenal. So, in the beginning, I started out. I went and bought about $350 worth of food, which is 3 times more than I'd spend in a week. But again, I was eating out lunch and dinner every day, eating an absorbent amount of calories, carbs, anything I could fit in my mouth, and I wasn't stopping when I was full. I was overeating, obviously. That led me to, took about a year and a half. So January of 2022, I lost my brother, kind of went into a shithole, went into a little bit of a depression, and never really came back from it. And mentally, I just sit around, do nothing, watch TV, eat, and go out to eat, do whatever I had to do. Wasn't doing any exercise, wasn't doing anything outside of the house. Had basically retired from my job, so I really had nothing to get to or go to or do. And that was a combination of those 3 things that led me down the path that I went. So 21 days ago, about 2 months ago basically, I started researching the carnivore diet because I love meat. And I don't have any problem just eating meat for my meals. But there are a lot of things that have to go along with it to make this thing work. So yeah, you got to increase your fat content. You can't just eat meat. You got to eat a little bit more fattier meats. You got to add some fat to your diet, so you got to add some heavy whipping creams. You got to add a lot of butter, some ghee. Instead of eating just regular thin bacon, I eat extra thick bacon, or I eat ribeye steaks or New York strips. Flank steaks are a little more lean, but I add a lot of butter to it. And I make a broth gravy with heavy whipping cream, and I pour over it to add my fat content. So with that being said, understanding how to cook and how this diet works is understanding how much fat you have to put into your system, because what they're saying is the fat eats the fat. It's kind of crazy, but over the course of 3 weeks or 21 days, I'm down to 218 pounds, down from 241, which is absolutely amazing, phenomenal. I really don't judge. I'm only weighing myself for the videos to show people what's going on and actually how it's going. I've never weighed myself. I don't really care about weight. I care more about feeling and what my body is telling me, and that's where I'm leading this diet. So my first week, basically, your body has to get used to all this fat and all this butter and everything that you're putting into it. So there are a few issues with bathroom problems and that kind of stuff. I worked through it. It was fine. Week 2, we got into it a little bit heavier. That's when I started doing a walking regimen every day. I started walking a mile and a half. Now I'm doing a mile and a half a day, and now week 3 I started putting exercise in there. So now I started putting 15 minutes of exercise every day. So I'm not doing any weightlifting. I'm more doing seated rows on a chair, arm lifts on a chair. So I'm doing more seated arm lifts on a chair, leg raises, a few planks here and there, and then doing a bunch of stretching, just to get my body back to used to doing things. Because again, I haven't done anything for a year and a half. I haven't done anything major, physical, nothing. I played golf once, and that's pretty rare for me. I used to play golf quite a bit. So I got to get my body back to used to doing things and start to try to put some muscle back on and get my energy levels back up. Now the funny thing when I talk about energy levels, this diet has taken me from feeling lethargic, not wanting to get out of bed, to now I go to bed reasonably early for me, because I used to not go to bed till like 2 a.m. Now I go to bed around 10:30, and then I get up around 8, and then I start my day. I usually don't eat breakfast. I usually eat around 11 or noon. I eat a 5-egg omelet with either bacon or sausage or some kind of meat to go with it, and I mix a half a cup of heavy whipping cream in with those eggs, and then I put 2 tablespoons of butter in the skillet, and I blend it in that, and then I either make 5 eggs fried, or I make an omelet with some cheese on it, or scrambled eggs with cheese on it. And then I have, like I said, the side of sausage or a side of bacon. And a side of bacon is usually 6 to 8 strips of bacon. So that holds me over till probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock is usually when I eat dinner. And then I eat some kind of meat. So I've been switching up the meats every single day. I've been eating either pork chops or chicken wings, steak, any kind of steak, New York strips, ribeye steaks. I went and bought a couple loins. So I went and bought a New York strip loin and a ribeye loin. And then I just cut my own. I cut inch and a quarter thick steaks. They're about 12 to 14 ounce steaks. And I grill those. And then I usually melt some butter in a pan and I pour that over the top of it. Absolutely phenomenal, because those are my 2 favorite steaks of all time. So I don't have any issue eating those every night if I have to. But again, to keep myself from getting tired or tired of the product that I'm putting in my body, I just mix it up with chicken wings, thighs, chicken legs, pork, and fattier portions of the pork. And then I usually make a beef broth gravy with heavy whipping cream, butter, and beef broth. And then I pour that over the top, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. Don't have any issues with not eating the veggies anymore. I don't have any of the bread carb cravings that I used to have. I don't have any of the sugar cravings, the late night sugar cravings that I loved, and with the amount of salt that I'm putting on things, I don't have those chip salt cravings. I'm going to start looking into doing some pork rinds or something like that if I want something to nibble on for a snack. And I got to start investigating a little bit more about this diet on what I can eat. But right now I'm just eating 2 good meals a day, and then basically fasting until 1 o'clock or noon the next day. So I think that's a big contributor towards the weight loss. Also, walking 1.25 miles, 1.5 miles every day, that helps. I mean, I'm not building anything up. And again, blood pressures, I started out in the 165-ish, 168 over 95-ish. Hypertension, real hypertension. And now my blood pressure is absolutely perfect. It's averaging 139, 140 over 81, 80. I mean, it's perfect. I went completely off the blood pressure pills. I don't have the headaches anymore. I don't feel I don't feel that tiredness. It's pretty crazy on how it works. So, my goal behind this whole story is to help other people understand, how to get into this, what to get into this, and you just have to start doing it. That's the biggest thing. If you don't start, you can never know what could happen. And if you keep up with it, it's absolutely amazing. So again, like I said, I'm down from 241 to 218, and it's pretty awesome. And I can't have any complaints about that. The energy level's absolutely awesome. So again, I started doing exercises, started putting in my time with arm lifts on the back of a chair. Started putting in leg lifts on the chair. Started doing some planks, doing leg lifts, laying on my back. And that's basically what I've been doing for 15 minutes a day, just to give myself some good exercise. And then a lot of stretching. A lot of stretching. My body's so far out of shape, it's just unbelievable. So, day 21, absolutely amazing. If you guys would do me a huge favor, I would appreciate it if you could like this story and give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. I'm going to make a go of the YouTube thing and see what I can do with it. And your comments to me are everything. I take criticism better than anybody else because that's how I grow. So if you can tell me what you want to see or how I can improve to make these videos better for you, I would love that feedback. And that would help me tremendously because I want to get better at this. I want to be able to have a YouTube channel where everybody watches. I don't need 1 million followers. I don't need 1 million subscribers. But I would like to get the watch time. That's the most important part. I know that I'm not the greatest speaker, but I'm getting better at it. I gotta get rid of the ums and the oohs and the ahs and the skips and the ands that I put in everything. I know this. I watch my videos. I understand this. So give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe, and I would greatly appreciate it. So day 21, I'm down 23 pounds. Blood pressure is absolutely back to normal. My energy level is high, and it's doing really well. So again, follow me, subscribe, do all you got to do. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to set up a Patreon page, and I'm going to set up for all my menus and recipes and everything on there. So I'm going to start videotaping on all the meals that we make, how I make them, grilling, baking, ovening, everything that we do. So, and it's not just for the carnivore diet, it's for daily living because I have a person in the household that doesn't do the carnivore diet, but I still cook for her. So I'm going to do all the recipes and stuff that I do for her. And I love being in the kitchen. I love being in front of a grill. So thanks again. I appreciate you all so much. And we'll see you on day 30 when the reveal comes out and you can see the whole body transformation. It's not amazing crazy, you know, because I haven't started tightening anything, so the sagginess is there and the body is still there, but the inches are starting to fade away, which is the absolute amazing part about this. So thank you again. See you soon.